Is that like a water spout? Like coming right at us? Oh, we gotta get soaked.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel Uniplex. Guys, in today's video, we will be showing 10 incredible moments caught on cameras. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's video. La Palma Island is a tropical paradise off the coast of northwestern Africa. It's part of the Canary Islands, an autonomous community under Spain's control. If you zoom in on a map, La Palma is the one shaped like a shark's tooth. Like the other Canaries, La Palma is one big volcanic island. While most roads wind around the mountains, one highway cuts underneath. The LP3 carries you east to west across the island. What makes this drive special is how the weather changes as you cross from one side to the other. How is that even possible? It was gray and gloomy on one side, but sunny and tropical on the other. Here's how it works. The east side of the tunnel is about 3,000 feet above sea level. The west side is only 2,300 feet. Clouds gather near the higher east side, making it cold and gloomy. But as you descend onto the west side, you get hit with nothing but sun. The mountain's east side is also influenced by trade winds off the Atlantic Ocean. According to one commenter, it could rain in your neighbor's yard, but be perfectly sunny in yours. Every spring, people across Thailand and Laos gather to celebrate the annual Rocket Festival. It's meant to honor Payaten, the Buddhist god of rainmaking. That's why they host it before the rainy season. It's a way for villagers and farmers to pray for rain and a bountiful harvest. It's also a chance for local pyros to show off the rockets they've worked on all year. The 2023 Rocket Fest was in full swing by May 21st. A crowd gathered to watch a unique rocket that required a few extra hands to light. Instead of a straight tube, this disc-shaped rocket was designed to spin on its way up. Things got risky when people had to manually turn the lit rocket. Thankfully, it all paid off in the end. The Helix rocket flew 1,000 feet into the air before it fell. Thankfully, it was rigged with a parachute and made a safe landing. Other rockets allegedly reached plane cruising altitudes of 35,000 feet. From a religious perspective, locals believed the rockets helped stimulate impending monsoon downpours once they reached the clouds. The rainy season can last from May until October or November. Local groups hope these creative rockets will inspire the younger generation and help keep the Rocket Fest tradition going. Sound waves are invisible to the naked eye. The only way to see sound is to make those sound waves pass through something we can detect, like lasers, water, or tiny particles. It's much easier to see in tight spaces where the sound waves can't penetrate thick walls like concrete. Recently, some workers in an underground tunnel tested this theory. Their sound of choice? High explosives. You might be thinking that's a shock wave, not a sound wave. While that is true, they work the same way. Shock waves are transparent unless they pass through something you can see. So, in the case of this video, the shock waves pass through all the tiny particles in the air. That's why we can see them. Pinellas County is a coastal community on the west coast of Florida. About 1 million people live in the area, which is part of the Tampa-St. Petersburg metro area. As you can imagine, many of them own boats and enjoy spending time in the Gulf. As it turns out, one of those boats has a mind of its own. On July 30th of 2023, a local boater was out on the water when he accidentally fell off. A Good Samaritan pulled him out of the water, but now they had a bigger problem. His boat was driving itself and was speeding away at 40 miles per hour. That's when Pinellas County Sheriff's deputies Constant and Fernandez arrived to save the day. Our resident stuntman is Deputy Fernandez. He prepared to jump while Deputy Constant matched the boat's speed. One slip and Fernandez could have slammed into the Gulf of Mexico at 40 miles per hour. Thankfully, he executed a perfect jump. The Coast Guard had tried to stop the boat with a propeller fouler, or prop fouler for short. It's a device meant to get tangled in a boat's propeller and shut it down. When that failed, they called upon the Sheriff's Marine and Environmental Lands Unit. The Sheriff's Office released the body cam footage, urging boaters to always have their kill switch lanyard connected. That way, if you fall off your boat, it won't run away on its own. They also wanted to prove that Deputy Fernandez does his own stunts. Johnstown Township is a small community in Barry County, Michigan. On the 4th of July, some locals gathered by a lake for a backyard fireworks show. Little did they know, they were about to see one of the most rare fireworks money can buy.
Yeah, he needs a torch for sure. Holy shiz noisies. Oh, those are so cool. Wait for it. Oh, that is
At first, it seems like something went wrong, but then the fireworks shoot out of the water and into the sky. It's an incredible sight, and something we're betting you've never seen before. Water fireworks, also known as water cakes, work differently than regular fireworks. Instead of shooting them straight into the sky, you shoot them at an angle over a body of water. The secondary fuse is delayed enough to let the fireworks land in the water. Then, they shoot up vertically like a normal 4th of July celebration. If you want to get your hands on one, you better look hard, as these are typically only sold to professionals. Maybe you'll get lucky and have a cool neighbor like these people. Mount Pacaya is an active, complex volcano in southern Guatemala. In fact, it's among the most active volcanoes in the country. You can see Pacaya blowing its lid from certain vantage points in Guatemala City, which is about 30 miles away. But some people would rather get a little closer. On April 8th of 2023, a tourist and his friends hiked up a mountain near the volcano. As one of Guatemala's most active volcanoes, there was a good chance they'd see it erupt. But nobody thought they'd time it this perfectly.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nothing.
There's nothing like a group of dudes freaking out over something awesome. We'll count the word nothing as 0, so his countdown was borderline perfect. Had he started from 8, he would have hit it on the head. Now, this was obviously dumb luck, but is there a way to time a volcanic eruption down to the second? According to the Smithsonian, no, there's not. Even with all the fancy tech, scientists can only predict an eruption a few days before. After that, it's up to the mountain. Pacaya had been rather dormant up until 1961. She's been erupting pretty frequently ever since. Thankfully, most of them are strombolian eruptions, or weak explosions with intermittent lava flow. As long as you're standing a safe distance away, it won't hurt you. Stowe, Ohio is a small city in Summit County. It's home to about 34,000 people with plenty of community parks to enjoy. Recently, a father and son were spending time by the lake when they saw something approaching them. It looked like a large animal or fish swimming in the water, but when the wind picked up, they realized what it actually was.
That's a vortex, but like...
Is that like a water spout? Like coming right at us? Oh, we gotta get soaked. Whoa.
Waterspouts are tornadoes that form over water. If a tornado forms on land and moves onto water, it becomes a waterspout. This waterspout was obviously just a dust devil that formed over the lake. You can hear the wind whipping past the camera as it blows by them. Nazaré is a popular beach town in Portugal, famous for big wave surfing. Waves routinely get as tall as 70 feet thanks to the Nazaré Canyon. It's the biggest underwater canyon in Europe and one of the largest in the world. Knowing this, a Brazilian surfer named Lucas Chumbo paddled into the ocean to surf the legendary waves. Lucas is regarded as one of the best big wave surfers in the world, so he knows exactly how dangerous these massive swells can be. On this occasion, the waves got the best of him. With only moments to act, a jet ski team rushed in to try and save him.
Go. Ai. Passa! Não acredito. Estás a filmar isto, Dani? Ganda comando, boy.
What the f***? You serious?
I can't believe they made it, man.
That was amazing.
This just goes to show the dangers posed by waves of this magnitude. Despite his skill, he was no match for the waves. Let's not forget the bravery of those operating the jet skis. Just look at how close they come to being consumed by the massive wall of water. It's like something straight out of an action movie. They disappear in the white for a moment, but moments later, they break through safely. The World Surf League called it one of the craziest rescues they'd ever seen. Nash County, North Carolina sits 50 miles east of Raleigh. It's a community of around 95,000 people across one major city and 11 small towns. One of those towns, a place called Dorchester, made headlines when it got struck by a freak tornado. Claude Brewer was standing on his porch when the 600-yard EF3 twister formed near I-95. But instead of hunkering in the basement, Claude grabbed his camera and began recording. He captured the moment the tornado almost swept his house away. Much of the debris flying across Claude's yard came from his neighbor's house. He ran over to make sure that they were okay once the storm finally passed. When he got there, he found them digging themselves out from under the collapsed roof. According to the National Weather Service, the tornado had estimated peak wind speeds of 150 miles per hour. In fact, it was the first ever EF3 tornado recorded in North Carolina in July. It was strong enough to cause severe damage to a 1.4 million square foot Pfizer pharmaceutical plant in Nash County. Sheriff Keith Stone said the wind tossed 50,000 pallets of medicine around the building. The problem is, the plant produces anesthesia and about 25% of all sterile injectable medications used in U.S. hospitals. The 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron is a one-of-a-kind operation. This brave group of men and women is a part of the 403rd Wing at Keisler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. They're the only unit in the world that flies weather recon routinely. Sometimes, those recon missions bring them into the eye of powerful hurricanes. That's why they've earned the nickname Hurricane Hunters. The Hurricane Hunters track storms as they cross the Atlantic Ocean and enter the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. They report to the National Hurricane Center in Miami with critical life-saving information. On August 24th of 2023, the team flew out to survey Tropical Storm Franklin. The footage they gathered shows us what it's like to fly inside the eye of the storm. Talk about turbulence, right? These recon planes carry a small crew of 5. A pilot, a co-pilot, a navigator, a weather recon loadmaster, and a flight meteorologist. The pilots are in charge of flight controls, the navigator tracks their position, and the meteorologist acts as a flight director. The loadmaster is in charge of collecting vertical data with a sensor known as a drop sound. They drop it from the plane and it measures and encodes weather data as it falls into the ocean. Guys, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video for so long patiently. If you enjoy this video, you can like and comment, and if you want to see such strange and interesting videos, you can subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon next to it. See you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay well, thank you.